Me llamo tengo 18 años, vivo acá en Ventanilla, en Perú. Ahorita estoy estudiando en Senati, curso del tercer ciclo y voy para cuarto, estoy en los finales. Empecé a asistir de cantalla desde los 7, junto con mi hermano, y ahorita ya llevo 11 años. Yo quería estudiar, pero mis padres no tenían la manera de apoyarme en eso, así que no sabía qué hacer. Ahí se me presentó la oportunidad de cantalla, ingresar a un instituto. Cuando termine, pienso seguir estudiando la carrera de Ingeniería Industrial en una universidad y, bueno, estudiar y trabajar para poder pagar mis estudios en la universidad. A mí cantalla me ha enseñado a nunca rendirme, a seguir mis sueños y que puedes lograr todo si te esfuerzas.
Bueno, yo me llamo José Moisés Guamancerna, tengo 18 años, formo parte del taller de danza. Vengo enseñando a niños de 7 años, 6 años aproximadamente, hasta 14, 15 años, en las 3 casitas que tiene Cantalla. Cuando se iniciaba la primera casita, no me gustaba bailar a mí. En ese tiempo tenía 12 años, el cual no sabía si... Lo veía el baile como algo así, como un pasatiempo, pero ahora lo veo como una pasión. Cambió toda mi vida, Primero cambió mi forma de pensar. En ese espacio encuentras la igualdad para todos. Cambiaron mi mentalidad, porque si no fuera ellos, ¿dónde yo me encontraría? Quizás estuviera por las calles vagando, no practicando lo que yo amo ahora en la actualidad.
Básicamente, damos oportunidades en 3 factores principales. Uno es educación de calidad. ¿Por qué? Porque estamos en último puesto en la prueba PISA. Realmente Perú está yendo muy mal a nivel educativo comparándonos con otros países. Hemos trabajado los primeros indicadores y los indicadores enfocados básicamente a comprensión de lectura, habilidades numéricas, donde hemos visto resultados súper positivos. Esto nos demuestra que la currícula está funcionando. Pero queremos que ya estén súper preparados para que puedan aplicar a becas y así puedan elegir su destino. Por otro lado, es la creatividad. ¿Qué es la creatividad? Es justamente poder encontrar en cosas que a veces no tienen valor para algunas personas, darle un valor y darle un fin. Ellos tienen que ser mucho más creativos que el resto de niños y jóvenes que han tenido más oportunidades, porque ellos tienen que cortar esa brecha de desventaja que hoy ya tienen.
Lo que nosotros queremos darles a los chicos es que cambien la forma de pensar, que puedan creer en lo que aprendieron, tener las suficientes habilidades para poder defenderse, para tener un futuro diferente. Actualmente nos encontramos en Cantalla desarrollando un proyecto más, que es el proyecto de habilidades socioemocionales, desarrollando toda una currícula con psicólogos. Tienen que saber que tienen que ser independientes, que tienen que tener autonomía para aprender, que no es lo mismo que sucede en Ventanilla con lo que sucede en Lima cuando vayan a estudiar.
¿Cuál es nuestro sueño? Nosotros lo que queremos es realmente darle la oportunidad de tener casitas felices a todo el Perú. Nuestro ideal es que todo el Perú pueda tener un lugar donde puedan ir los chicos después de colegio a seguir recibiendo educación.
Creo que Cantalla ya no es un sueño, Cantalla es una realidad. Y la realidad es que ya estamos tocando en el tema de la educación y cambiando vidas. Nos tocó vivir en un país con necesidades, donde la educación es lo que está en la última fila, a lo cual no le toman importancia. Ahí es cuando creo que ahí tenemos toda la responsabilidad y de verdad el deber, como ellos tienen el derecho de tener oportunidades. Y creo que Cantalla lo logra.
I'm Stacy Flynn. I'm CEO and co-founder of Evernew. I've been making textiles and apparel for half my life, and now I'm working to create the future of our industry. This all started in 2010. I traveled to China for the first time without large corporate credentials. I went into China anonymously, looking for sources of manufacturing. What I saw on this trip changed my life. We took the elevator up to our meeting room. Midway through the room to the ceiling was a cloud of known carcinogens that their corporate team was sitting under. We sat at a table under this cloud talking about how we could do business together. For the first time in my career, I couldn't do my job. So I began adding up how many millions or billions of yards of fabric I had personally created up to that point in my career, and all of a sudden I became linked to the cause of the problem. My theory was, and still is if one person can cause so much damage completely unintentionally, what can the same person do intentionally to change the system? It's undisputed that the apparel industry is one of the most damaging industries on the planet. It requires 700 gallons of water to make a simple t-shirt, and 20% of global water contamination comes out of the apparel industry. The problem is rooted in the fiber creation. 60% of all clothing in the world is made from petroleum. 30% of all clothing in the world is made from cotton. Both sources of fibers require tremendous natural resources. Then we put all of this value into our clothing, spinning it into yarn, knitting, weaving, dyeing, printing, finishing, cutting and sewing garments, distributing them all over the world so that every human on the planet can wear them, and eventually throw them all away. Evernew has developed a revolutionary new technology that has the potential to recycle the $350 billion worth of clothing we throw away. Evernew takes garment waste, breaks it down to the molecular level, and extrudes it into a fiber that is finer denier than silk and stronger than cotton. What's really cool about this technology is by changing one attachment on our machine, we can create fibers that are applicable for denim, athletic apparel, dress apparel. When I work with brands and retailers and talk to them about how to change their business for the better, we're talking about changing one thing. By specifying the use of a new fiber, they can offset the damage that their business naturally creates with cotton and polyester. This business model is based on style obsolescence with consumption as the key driver. It's called the fast fashion business model. It gets a lot of negative press, but by changing one thing, by specifying Evernew in the creation of new garments, we could take one of the most destructive business models and convert it into one of the most powerful catalysts for positive environmental and human effect. The UN states that water scarcity is the defining issue of our century. In 2030, our addressable market for apparel, home, and industrial end-use application exceeds $4 trillion. The combination of our team, our technology, and the fact that the market is begging for a solution like Evernew create the conditions for a billion-dollar social purpose corporation. My name is Stacy Flynn, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Evernew.
day, I used to tell you that every day you should come to school because this school is good. For someone to go to school, it's very nice. Make sure to listen to your teacher Google, huh? Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yes. Anything the teacher put on the board. Yeah. Okay. I work as an administrative assistant in the district education office, Barabo, Rocktown, Maryland County. This particular town was established in 1761. It's a very clean community. We have about 100 plus horses. The population is about 2,061. Education is the key to help our people in the rural areas.
Oliver Cousin was my boss while I was janitor in the school. The reason why I nominated Mr. Cousin is that he was a hard-working man and also a good person. He wanted to build up the life of the young librarians. Because majority of us, we are not educated, so we find ourselves in drugs, in fighting, destroying, and he always encouraged people to go to school and focus their mind to education. And the majority of the children, they're in school because of Oliver.
Some of the family, they not have interest in education. Some of the students, they don't want to go to school, but we're telling them the importance of education. So by so doing in regular activities, they're getting encouraged to join their friends and go to school. We have about 12 schools in our control area. The whole district is over 2,000 students. Twice a week, I visit every school. I'll go there in the morning, go do supervision to see how many students, how many teachers, the activities of the students in the classroom, whether they are regular or not regular. And at times we look at the teachers' lesson plan, how they're teaching the students. Where I'm working, there's a far distance on the model road, but there's no mobile, that is no car, no motorbike, no bicycle for me to move, so it gave me a hard time. I was born here in Rocktown. My family, they are poor people. I'm a high school graduate. 2007, I joined the education ministry. Since 2009, I was deleted from the payroll, so I'm not a government payroll. I just do a volunteer job. So I love this community. I love my people. I love the people of Liberia, so I'm still on the field, regardless whether I'm on pay or not. But I know that one day, God will help me. I'll be back on the payroll.
When you vote for him, you help promote young Liberians on the land of education. He's a good man with kind heart, loving person. He don't carry on discrimination among people. Close the door.
Integrity is something where you need to behave honestly to your people. You ask, who is Oliver Cousin? They will tell you, Oliver is a very nice human being, not our creator.
Before I got the Echoing Green Fellowship, Atlas had this small office and just 2 staff, and I had amazing dreams to turn it into a really great center accessible to young people regardless of their immigration status.
Before Echoing Green, Hello Tractor was a company of one.
We have gained a lot of credibility through being part of the fellowship, which helps a lot when we talk to potential donors.
Echoing Green gave us more than money. Echoing Green gave us validation in terms of how we were perceived locally here in Baltimore City.
Being an Echoing Green Fellow and just the Echoing Green community has changed or I've changed because we are able to take what existed in the space as kind of passion, heart, hustle, commitment to social justice and recognize we really need support in figuring out how to be the best possible business.
Echoing Green, through its staff, through the management, and of course through the other fellows, has provided a comprehensive network of support that most early stage entrepreneurs could benefit from.
Echoing Green really pushes our goal to be more sustainable long term.
We've grown to 10 staff members in Nigeria with an additional 15 after-sales support specialists spread across the country.
We developed an idea called Integrity Idol, where people can nominate honest government officials, and we film the top 5 and then put it on national TV and radio.
Our fellows work with social entrepreneurs in West Baltimore who are literally rebuilding Main Street, private employers that create jobs for kids in the neighborhood. These are models that are helping kids get through high school and on to college with some of the best results in the country. And I'll always be grateful to Echoing Green for finding us, believing in us, and investing in us when it counted the most.
My name is Arin Mabel. I run my own charity, which is known as Charisma.
You're not in school. You're lucky you have 6 weeks.
What we do best is to provide positive alternatives for our young people, other than gun and gang crime, either what they get involved in or more so what they get stereotyped. And now it's 15:27. You're listening to Sisters on the Couch. One of our biggest achievements is Peace FM. If you can manage the conflict, you can then stop it from escalating. It gives us the opportunity to actually speak about us from our perspective. And I think that's important as to why we do what we do, because we want a peaceful community to live in.
Charlie Allen's my name, from Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. I'm the local area commander for the Greater Dandenong Police Service area. Greater Dandenong is the most culturally diverse community in Victoria. Last count, there was 152 recognised settled cultures. One of the focuses of my role is working with new and emerging communities. Communities face all sorts of challenges because of their settlement journey. Some of that bears out in issues that the police have to deal with. So we deal with that from a reactive perspective, but we also deal with it from a proactive perspective.
And we hope to see you around maybe in Europe.
Rotary has a practical program in peace and conflict resolution. The Peace Center at Chulalongkorn University. Start to re-establish dialogue. The candidates are already in the field of peacemaking.
People who are working professionals can't take 2 years off to do a master's degree, but they still need the skills. So they came up with the concept of our program, a 3-month professional development program focused on how you will take what you're learning back to your jobs and apply it immediately when you get home.
The Rotary Peace and Conflict Study Programme provides a very unique opportunity for participants to come out of their daily work and to reflect upon what they do. It's doing something quite different. Yes, I mean, it does deal with the academic, but it's looking much more at the practice.
There was, I think, 17 of us from 14 different countries. And not only do you learn from the lecturers who came, but you also learn from each other as well.
The Peace program connected the fellows. It gives us the opportunity to continue to work together beyond this 12 weeks.
I think we kind of like clicked and found similarities in our work, especially when I talked about the radio station.
Rinma and the work that she has done in the UK directly correlates with what I do in Melbourne. This is Springvale Road, which is Springvale's another suburb within Greater Dandenong.
Myself and Charlie, we did create a working relationship whilst in Chula. They're predominantly settled, they began to open. So we've been talking via email. It's now come to light that I'm here to talk to these young people and let them know that, you know, anything is possible.
Some toys, yeah, I can come sometime and buy some toys and some gifts as well. There's flowers.
Hello guys, how you going?
Hello.
Yeah, good. How you been?
See ya.
Yeah.
Hello.
How you doing?
My name is Tito. I'm from Melbourne, but I'm originally from South Sudan. That's where I was born.
Should be alright.
And you're all recovered from a soccer tournament?
Yeah, one coming up soon actually.
Yeah, when is it?
Yeah, right. My name's McQuay. I'm originally from South Sudan. I love soccer, it's a passion of mine. And computers, it's what I want to work at.
Biscuit for the tea and stuff in the morning. I like playing soccer because it gives me the opportunity to meet different people and make friendship. Find it?
There's a huge cultural difference. Like the way we do things back at home and here is very different. First, had to get used to the people, get used to what people do around, like the way they live, because we have our own tradition and beliefs and stuff. So we didn't want there to be like a cultural conflict, perhaps. So we was just too careful around others until you get to know everyone.
It doesn't sound like a big deal, but it actually creates a level of organisation to put a group of people together at certain times and kick a soccer ball about.
There's a lot of trouble in the community. Not everyone wants to be a leader. There's like a lot of wrong ways, and everyone's just choosing the wrong ways because they're easier to get into. No one wants to stand out and be the hero.
Within those soccer teams, we identified some emergent leaders as future community leaders.
But this was the first time one had happened in front of me. So from that night, I had to make a decision whether if I turn my back, because I could make a decision, but if I turn my back on the things that happen, or whether if I become an active citizen. And that's what I decided to do.
It's the same leaders.
Well, the Sudanese Youth Leadership Program was about getting them actively engaged within the community.
You've been listening to me all along.
It's how do we encourage these youth to be positive role models and, active citizens. Somebody on the street, you've got about, 20 seconds to build a positive rapport.
Rinma, she actually switched the minds on to this concept of being an active citizen through her own story.
This is an active citizen. He stood up for people's rights because we had a civil war. We could get a couple of people like we have here who are interested in helping out others. Hopefully we can do like she did, stand up for our own community.
As a leader, he didn't have a project.
It was really good because I've learned a lot. I've learned how to be a leader.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2 line, we're gonna go for a jog.
We came up with the idea for the soccer clinics through the Youth Leadership Program. And we thought, hey, let's apply what we've learned into something. The soccer clinics are meant to be for juniors. If they're here in the one place, they'll make friends and just create some harmony within the local area.
Most people wouldn't link this sort of activity with policing. Look over your shoulder. This is a direct result of the learnings from Chula.
Not really like an average team where everyone just gets together, plays and just leaves. It's more like kind of family relationship. It's even outside the soccer field, whenever anyone's in trouble, someone's got to step up. We all get the same sense of responsibility.
This peace program is close to my heart. It is important to the dream of Rotary to have peace among people of the world.
Definitely there's a need for this peace and conflict resolution studies.
This guy's here, James Silva.
It is something that you can practically apply to any situation anywhere in the world. Because genuinely, from it within your heart, you want to see other people living a peaceful, peaceful life.
Social Impact Incentives, SYNC. A new way to help high-impact social enterprises to attract growth capital and scale their impact. Meet Lisa. She runs a typical social enterprise, generating huge positive social impact. She commits herself, for example, to providing education programs for the poor, healthcare to the needy, or clean energy to people without energy access. However, Lisa faces enormous challenges in getting investment to scale and broaden her impact. She operates in difficult markets and serves customers with minimal and inconsistent livelihoods. Therefore, Lisa's business is not attractive to investors who expect risk and return in line with the market. To become more attractive for investors, she has two options. She can compromise on her social impact in order to run a more profitable business, or SYNC, Social Impact Incentives, rewarding social enterprises for proven social impact. This is where public funders or philanthropic organizations come into play. They want to spend their budgets effectively on real impact. They provide SYNC, Social Impact Incentives. Lisa's social enterprise receives ongoing premium payments for proven social impact. For example, higher graduation rates of students, improved healthcare coverage, every household with access to clean energy. The achievement of the social impact is verified by an independent party. The SYNC premiums are paid in addition to the revenues the enterprise generates with its activities. Now, Lisa's enterprise is attractive for investors. This investment enables Lisa to scale her operations and impact significantly. After a while, the social enterprise won't need the SYNC payments anymore. The economics of scale that come from the expansion will lead to lower costs in the business. The enterprise will be able to reach profitability and run independently. In conclusion, the SYNC funder helps to establish and scale a self-sustaining social enterprise that will generate huge and ongoing social impact. This is really a highly effective use of funds for the SYNC funder. Let's summarize the main features of SYNC. Impact is incentivized and the social performance of the enterprise becomes directly linked to its profitability. The structure is very straightforward. There is only one agreement between the social enterprise and the SYNC funder. The SYNC payments go directly to the social enterprise. Payments are ongoing, not one time, so they provide the organization with an additional source of income. SYNC is extremely flexible. It can be combined with any kind of investment from any kind of investor. Social impact incentives were developed by Roots of Impact and the Swiss Agency for Development and Cooperation, in partnership with the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, and New Ventures, with support from Ashoka. Imagine if generating positive social impact and strong profits went hand in hand. We're working on it. Let's SYNC big.
la alimentación, entonces por eso estamos pasando bastantes dificultades, porque no hay frijol, no se sembró nada de eso, entonces bastante pasamos dificultades. Porque yo quiero trabajar, pero siempre he ido a buscar trabajo y no encuentro. Entonces digo yo, voy a echar tortillas para así tener el real para mis hijos. Estas son mis tortillas.
Ya.
Entonces yo las voy a poner aquí para que usted ahí le tome su...
¿Y palmea para qué?
Me he hecho 100 tortillas. Le saco 200 pesos. Sí, a las 100. Pero como se compra la bolsa de masa, que vale 300 el bolsón, entonces no son 100 lo que se le gana. No es mucho. Sí. Es muy bonito trabajar. Sí, trabajar unido. Mi mamá y mis hijos. Sí. Hago eso para que ellos me aguanten. Pero cuando yo lo miro salir a vender sus tortillas, para mí es duro. Porque yo nunca lo hice. Pero yo a ver que tengo necesidad en mi hijo, entonces yo por eso lo hago. Sí. Y a veces no quisiera echar las tortillas. Pero digo yo, con las tortillas yo me ayudo bastante y ellos no aguantan.
¿Tus hijos?
Yo quiero un futuro mejor, prosperar y en mis hijos darle un buen ejemplo.
Mira, en vez de vos me das vuelta, me das 10, 5 en 10, y entonces ¿cómo es la cosa? Ya viste, me dejas.
¿Por qué decidiste hacer su negocio?
Lo más importante es vivir feliz, aunque uno pase muchas dificultades, pero a veces lo importante es vivir feliz, agradecido, porque tengo esta entrevista. Sí. Me siento muy feliz, tengo un gozo en mi corazón.
Smile as she sings. Though I cannot see, I can hear. Heart, smile as she sings.
I don't think one image can change the world, but I definitely think that you make little cracks in the foundation.
Great photographers can make those pictures that speak to the light in a person's eyes.
What I feel intensely now is this desire to focus on the frame, the moment, the person, the relationship, and what that person can teach the rest of us.
My name is Annie Griffiths.
My name is Lynn Johnson.
My name is Amy Vitale.
Ripple began growing in my mind as I spent time with poor women. What I learned from them is that they tend to pay forward any opportunity they have, first to their kids, and then their parents, their family, their girlfriends, their community.
It doesn't take more than 3 brain cells to know where you should put the resources. How do you help prosperity? How do you bring the world forward? You put the resources in the hands of women.
About 20-some years ago, I started doing aid work. It dawned on me that if we women photographers pulled together, we could get a lot more done. It's what women do. We look for programs that are innovative, are sustainable, that support women and girls in developing countries who are living on the edge of collapse. By covering their program, we gave them visual storytelling tools that allowed them to expand their work to more countries.
We do the storytelling for them. And then the images are used in all kinds of places, like with legislators and big meetings.
Key to that plan was the idea of an archive that could then be repurposed by multiple organizations, all leading to spreading the message that women and girls are the best investment. One of the things that's very important to us is to take a look at what climate change does to people who are living on the edge.
In so many places I've been, it's not just a word, it's not just a conversation, it's real. It's really impacting people. Women are on the front lines. They're the ones that bear the brunt of all these changes.
The facts are that in any climate disaster, 70% of the people who die are women. They're just carrying a bigger load. It's not a political issue. It's a human issue.
I think the difference with the ripple effect work is that we're inherently looking for people who have found solutions to these very entrenched societal problems. If they see the success combined with the problem, then it's educational, then it's informative. Then they see that you can move this issue forward.
My understanding of the strength and determination and hopefulness of women worldwide is just a force to be reckoned with. I have tremendous belief in the changes that can be made if women can be empowered. And if girls have those powerful women to look up to, there will be a ripple effect. Because if you help a woman, you help the planet. Pretty much that simple.
Mi nombre es Gavino Vicente. Nací en la comunidad de Santa Úrsula, que pertenece al municipio de San Juan Bautista Tuxtepec, del estado de Oaxaca. Antes de nacer, el arroyo Sal ya existía, entonces yo creo que es un símbolo muy importante para la comunidad, sobre todo por las abundantes vida de seres vivos que están ahí. En 2009 aproximadamente, que hay el intento de construir una planta hidroeléctrica para producir energía. Según dichos de los empresarios, iban a hacer energía que no iba a ser distribuida en la región, sino que iba a ser canalizado específicamente a algunas empresas en el norte del país. Empiezan de alguna forma a tratar de convencer de que la obra es positiva, que no iba a causar ningún daño. Todo se hace de una manera muy sigilosa. Cuando nosotros nos enteramos que iban a desaparecer el arroyo, el proyecto indicaba construir ahí un canal mallado de lado y lado. Nos damos cuenta el resto de los pobladores cuando ya la negociación está avanzado en un 85% más o menos. Es allí donde acudimos a la organización de Accountability Council.
The first day I arrived in Oaxaca, I would say that there was almost a panic palpable in the air. These communities live and die by the Arroyo Sal. It's their local creek where they fish, they bathe, and this is the creek where they were injecting concrete to create this hydroelectric project, which was contaminating the water, causing people to get sick. They were blasting, causing cracks in houses. They were fearing that this huge curtain of the dam was going to collapse at any moment, submerging their villages. There was really a sense of fear, and rightfully so. They'd been given no project information, and all they knew was that construction was happening at a rapid pace, and without information about what was going to happen the next day. Our goal when we arrived in Oaxaca was to make sure that the communities knew every tool available to address the problems that they were facing. Our particular role was to make sure that they had information about the OPIC Office of Accountability, and this is the U.S. agency that had financed this project, which has this citizen-driven complaint office specifically to address concerns about OPIC-financed projects. They had no information that OPIC was even involved in this financing, let alone that it had an Office of Accountability, and had no information then, of course, about how to use it effectively. Accountability offices are a forum. They exist within the institutions that provide financing for a project and are specifically designed so that communities can bring a complaint about human rights or environmental abuses associated with those projects that are financed. It was very plain to see that the due diligence that was done violated OPIC policy. We fully documented all the instances of people's experience with the company where they were experiencing abuse. We collected all of that information and helped them file a complaint using that testimony.
Este formato, vamos a decir, ¿no? Es un resumen de la queja que presentamos ante la OPIC. Aquí resumen los testimonios de todas las personas que pudimos participar.
We filed the complaint to the Office of Accountability, and almost immediately they sent the director of the office and a professional mediator to come and talk with the communities and the company and to chart a way forward together.
Se decide establecer mesas de diálogo con la empresa. Fueron como unas 6 mesas de diálogo. En cada una de ellas estuvo Natalie y su equipo presente.
A number of agreements were made that were followed, which included hiring a series of experts on dam safety, on hydrogeology. Construction stopped while they were doing this important dialogue, which was a historic victory in and of itself. And the communities were presented with an alternative project design, the power to decide between the alternative design, the original design for the project, or no project at all. In the end, the communities made an informed decision finally, as was originally required by OPIC's policy. The project was agreed to be stopped, which is the only case that I know of. where there's ever been an agreement through an accountability office, through a dialogue process to completely stop a project that was perpetrating human rights and environmental abuses.
De todo yo resumiría en un resultado muy simple. Gracias a todo este proceso, a la intervención de accountability de todos los actores que participamos, hoy tenemos Arroyo Sal.
My name's Isabel Welchel. I'm 17 years old. My dream is to be CEO of a company. Yes, I will. I mean, I have everything I need to accomplish my dream. I first traveled to Nicaragua 5 years ago and ended up meeting these 25 displaced girls. All of the girls I met have a dream too.
Mi nombre es Alexandra. Mi nombre es Ingrid.
Mi nombre es Diana.
Hola, mi nombre es Kimberly. Tengo la edad de 11 años.
Tengo 15 años y quiero ser periodista.
Hola, mi nombre es Lilian. Tengo 17 años. Mi sueño es estudiar diseño gráfico y administración.
Nicaragua is the second poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. Children are displaced throughout Nicaragua due to extreme poverty. For each girl I met, there are thousands more. 2 years ago, I met a woman named Ada Mayorga, a Nicaraguan entrepreneur who bought a sewing machine and started a business in her home. Ada was selected to participate in Agora Partnerships Accelerator Program. Agora is a nonprofit that provides entrepreneurs like Ada across Latin America with the knowledge, network, and access to capital they need to create positive impacts in their communities. Agora Partnerships prepares entrepreneurs to grow through participation in retreats, consulting, and global investors. Through Agora, Ada was given what she needed to grow her business. After the accelerator, Ada had an average revenue growth of 80%. She received investment capital and bought more sewing machines. Today, Ada owns 50 sewing machines and employs 50 mostly illiterate women. Because of one woman and one dream, 50 women in Nicaragua are earning a living wage. Their daughters are going to school. I took some of the girls I'd met to meet Ada. Lillian told Ada, "I dream to have a job in a place like this. Then I will be able to feed my family." Women empower women. Women reinvest 80% of their income back into their families and communities. Accelerate a powerful woman entrepreneur and you accelerate the dreams of countless Lillians across Latin America. I grew convinced that if we can find ways to support women, we will change the trajectory for countless girls like Lillian. I became the youth ambassador for Agora Partnerships because I believe to the degree that we accelerate the dreams of women, we are changing the lives of girls. With accelerated support, women entrepreneurs are changing the future for girls in some of the poorest parts of the world. As Agora Partnerships Youth Ambassador, I will raise $25,000 to sponsor one woman entrepreneur in Latin America every year. If you support a woman's dream and she extends her dream to 50 more women, entire communities shift and girls suddenly have more opportunities to make their dreams come true. With the gift of as little as $25, you can support Agora Partnerships' work, and together we can assure that every girl has what she needs to accomplish her dreams.
On the morning of April 25th, the Gorkha region of Nepal was the epicenter of a 7.8 magnitude earthquake. leaving over 23,000 people injured and claiming more than 8,800 lives. The quake sent shockwaves throughout the Himalayas, affecting some 8 million people, including 1 million children in urgent need of care. It rendered hundreds of thousands homeless and left entire villages demolished.
Everybody is living together in this one big tent. This is a kitchen that the community put together here after the earthquake.
After the first quake, there was a little bit of rain and the whole mountain is sort of coming down. If it falls, it's going to crash over the buildings here. So right now they're really worried about whether they can even ever return to this place.
RMF has supported the immediate relief efforts led by the villages of Arupokari in Gorkha and Bote Namlang in Sindupalchok. The foundation is currently involved in many projects with focus on rebuilding a sustainable future. In partnership with the Nepal Children's Organization, Kanti Children's Hospital, Saraswati Peace Foundation, and the Seven Summits Women Team, RMF will support education, access to health services, and long-term economic opportunities to help Nepal rebuild towards a better tomorrow. Learn more at realmedicinefoundation.org.